This program is associated with Okaya Lithium Plus batteries, energy storage और electric vehicles के लिए, and Philips trimmer.
Hello and welcome. You're watching the X Factor with me, Neha Khanna. Our big focus tonight. Just 2 phases left in this Lok Sabha election, and Telangana Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao, better known as KCR, has doubled down on his efforts to cobble together what he calls a federal front, essentially a non-BJP, non-Congress third front comprising regional satraps. Just today, KCR met with his Kerala counterpart, Pinarayi Vijayan, in what is being seen, interestingly, as his first outreach to the left. But KCR, who's met with Mamta Banerjee and Naveen Patnaik in the past, is also busy wooing Congress allies. He spoke to Karnataka Chief Minister and JDS leader H.D. Kumaraswamy today and plans to meet DMK Chief M.K. Stalin soon. The question, however, is, can a federal front truly become a reality in 2019? Or is KCR's hope of emerging as a possible kingmaker or even king simply a pipe dream?
In Karnataka, we are going to sweep. In Telangana, KCR will do, and BJP is in the second position. In Andhra, Congress is not there. So I don't know why Mr. KCR is going there. Maybe to spend, his vacation, see his friends, previous friends. So there is nothing wrong in going, but I don't think it has got any political effect to that, because we definitely NDA will cross 350 mark.
It was just a courtesy meeting regarding water issues between 2 states, which KCR and HDK have sat across and discussed, and there is nothing to be really drawn out of it. What is to be done on 23rd of May. Mr. K. Chandrasekhar Rao is a man who believes in democracy and integrity of this country, and togetherness, and together we would definitely like to grow.
Like I told you, everything is what is a probability becomes a possibility. So let's wait till we cross that bridge. Let's wait and watch.
All right. So a realistic possibility or just a pipe dream? Before we introduce our panel, let's play out for our viewers an interview we did earlier with Abid Rasool Khan, the chief spokesperson for the TRS, K. Chandrasekhar Rao's party. Mr. Khan, now your chief minister and party leader is pushing for a federal front. We know he's meeting with several leaders, but how does your party and the leader hope to convince people that this is not a pipe dream?
We have been very clear that we do not want to have anything with communal parties, and the parties which have joined hands with BJP earlier are definitely subscribing to the idea of communalism, against which we have been working and we have been fighting. So we will definitely not approach parties which have this ideology, or which have the ideology where the constitution of the country does not have any value to them, does not have any respect to them. So we are meeting the parties which have our mind frame, which have our ideology, and which think that this country needs to respect the constitution and needs to respect all religions and all communities with equal respect and equal status.
Okay, but and I'll come to that point you're making about communalism in a moment. It's very interesting. But you know, the point is, sir, even if the TRS wins all 16 Lok Sabha seats, how is KCR going to form the government with 16 MPs? How does he hope to be kingmaker or king? He probably does harbor prime ministerial ambitions, but how does he think it's going to become a reality?
When coming together of parties, like-minded parties happen, and after this election, when the regional parties will have the required numbers, and when they sit down and talk about it, they will definitely not want to be a part of UPA or NDA for 2 reasons. One, NDA has let down the country very badly in the last 5 years and has let down the people of the country in every aspect, whether it be economy, whether it be secularism, whether it be development or jobs. Likewise, Congress also has just used the weaker section as a vote bank and has never worked for them. So these regional parties which are going to come into power will definitely have great ideas to do for their own region. So for that, they will definitely come together, and this coming together will be a sort of new beginning for this country, where all these parties will sit together and discuss and get the agenda finalized and work for the betterment of the communities.
But Mr. Khan, you know, it's interesting today you are questioning the BJP's track record on governance, on the issue of secularism. You earlier made that reference to communalism. But fact is that many actually call your party the B team of the BJP. Let's not forget you've supported the BJP government at the center on various issues. How are you going to convince the skeptics that now you're actually fighting the BJP's brand of politics, which you are now terming as communal?
I told you very clearly, we are meeting the partners of so-called UPA for two reasons. One, that Congress is not going to get the numbers to be the leader. And secondly, these parties have definitely very clearly stated that they work for secularism and upholding the constitution. So that is what we are also saying. So it is a natural bonding which happens when the ideology and the thoughts are same. So this bonding is happening now. This bonding is coming together. Now all these parties, they are coming together. Mr. KCR acting as a catalyst, me reaching out to them and getting them together is something which is done not for politics. It is for a cause. It's a noble cause to safeguard the country and its constitution and the people of the country who have greatest respect and who have contributed to the country's development, especially the Dalits, minorities and the backward classes. These are the people who have been badly treated by the earlier government. So these are the people who want to come together and work for the development of the country, and the regional parties are today definitely working for the betterment of these communities. So this bonding is there. As far as Madam Renuka Chaudhary's words are concerned, she is definitely a lady who talks off the hand without any sort of thoughts. So this is also one of her off the hand comments which will have no value. Now basically these leaders are all spent forces. They are going to lose badly and they have to take retirement.
Noble cause, you say. This has nothing to do with KCR's prime ministerial ambitions. Interesting. But you've still not answered my question about your support to the BJP on so many issues, and now you're suddenly terming them communal. However, how many parties have actually assured KCR of their support so far, apart from YSR Congress Party?
I'm telling you very clearly, my leader has said very clearly that this is going to be a coming together of regional parties and secular parties. When you talk of regional parties, we are talking of Jagan Mohan Reddy, YSRCP, we are talking of Patnaik ji, we are talking of Mamta Banerjee, we are talking of Akhilesh Yadav, we are talking of Mayawati, we are talking of Sharad Pawar, we are talking of National Conference in Kashmir. So all these parties have the same idea that they need to safeguard the country's constitution and the secularism, and we are working towards that. Now, how they will bond will depend on after the election results are over, how many seats each of the party gets and how will they sit down and form the government. And this government, I am telling you, is the government which will be very responsive and which will be answerable to every section of the people, and it will not be like a dictatorship that is happening today.
You know, you're naming all those leaders. Fact of the matter is, Mayawati and Akhilesh Yadav refused to even meet KCR when he wanted to see him here, when he wanted to see them here in Delhi. But we leave it at that. Abid Rasool Khan, thanks very much for speaking to Newsx. All right, let's now go across to our live panel. Sudesh Sharma of the BJP is with us, as is Salman Soos of the Congress. T.R. Prasad Gara of the JDS is with us. Govindraj Ethiraj, senior journalist, joining us from Mumbai tonight. And here in the studio with me are Balashankar, senior journalist. Mr. Balashankar, let me begin with you. Is this a mere pipe dream, or is there even a remote possibility of something like a federal front actually taking shape post 23rd May? How do you see this panning out?
See, I am not off the cuff saying that, you know, KCR is not going to do anything or as a federal front, even if he might be a failure. I'm not going to say that. But obviously, he is on a political tourism, and he is going. You're
calling it political tourism. Interesting choice of words.
Yeah, because the Telangana election is over. Now he has a lot of time on hand, and he is going to meet Pinarayi Vijayan, and I know the left front may not be even crossing 5 seats this time.
Okay.
So it is actually not much of a political significance meeting the CPM leader.
Okay.
And then his limitation is that there are very few parties which are willing to do business with KCR, because DMK has already decided to support the Congress claim.
Yes.
And Mayawati and Akhilesh.
But let's not forget that he is reaching out to those UPA allies. Let's not forget that he's reached out to Kumaraswamy.
Yeah.
He's reaching out to MK Stalin.
No, that is true. But the point is that there is not much elbow room for him, because he is going to Mayawati or Akhilesh. And as you said already, they are not interested, because after all, it's a new state, a small state, and there is a limitation of only 16 MPs.
Yes.
But when you talk about DMK or Mamtaji or even Akhilesh or Mayawati ji,
okay,
all these states, all these leaders will be definitely, if they are winning elections.
So they're likely to actually assume a far greater role in the formation of any government, if at all it were to come to that, than somebody like a KCR. All right, sir. Let me just quickly go around the table. Govind, come in here. Now, the Congress keeps calling KCR the B team of the BJP. Many feel that Mayawati and Akhilesh snubbed KCR when he wanted to meet them in the national capital. Here's the Chief Minister of a state that has 16 Lok Sabha seats, who probably fancies himself as a kingmaker, if not king. He is talking about cobbling together a non-BJP, non-Congress coalition at the center after the 23rd of May. The question really is there even a remote possibility of something like this happening? What is it that KCR is actually basing his hopes and calculations on?
So, I mean, I'm not that much of an expert on political affairs at the state level as maybe some of the other panelists are, but I think I would rather take a step back and say, why have we come to a point, or how is it that we've come to a point where we are looking at all these questions more closely? For instance, Mayawati has said that, oh, maybe if things go well, she may make a bid for the top job. You have the KCR, and something's changed. I mean, as we enter the last phase or the last mile of these elections, something's changed. I think it's evident that the BJP is not sounding as confident or feeling as confident as before, and clearly everyone else seems to be sensing that lack of confidence and then moving in. Now, beyond that, which equation is likely and not likely, I'm not an expert to comment on, but I think something is shifted on the ground.
Okay.
It could be a variety of other reasons why that has happened, or there's a perception that's happened, and we should talk about that.
This is interesting. Sudesh Sharma, come in here. 5 phases of this election over, and Govind and certain others seem to think maybe something has shifted on the ground for people like KCR to feel that they're in with a chance. Firstly, your response to what Govind is saying about perhaps the BJP feeling far less confident now than it did at the start of this election. Also, I want you to comment on this. Now, the Congress keeps calling TRS the B team of the BJP. We all know that they've supported your government at the center on several issues in the past, whether it was the vice presidential election, the presidential election, or the no confidence vote that happened in Parliament. And many believe it's only a matter of time before KCR actually formally joins the NDA fold. However, today you have this man talking about a non-BJP, non-Congress front at the center. And he's now calling your party communal too. Sorry, I forgot to add that. Abid Rasool Khan of the TRS is also now suddenly terming your party communal. Respond to that as well.
That's fashionable. That's fashionable. If you want to become secular, call BJP communal. That's the fashion in this country. We don't mind with that because we know what we are. Now the issue of so-called third front, not even an outside chance. I'm not ready to concede even 0.001% because we know that we are going to romp home a clean majority, a massive majority the country has seen ever before. We'll win more seats than what we won in 2014 Lok Sabha elections, mark my word.
Okay, we will see.
And those who are trying to ignore, saying that we are not confident,
I appreciate your bravado, Sudesh Sharma.
If you want to be
let the votes
delusional,
be counted on the 23rd of May and then we'll talk.
Yes, it's not bravado. We know what is happening on the ground. Okay, of course we'll talk. And coming to the point of lack of confidence, let me tell them that if you don't want to see the writing on the wall, please go talk to some people.
Who is not seeing the writing on the wall? The BJP or KCR?
It's a tsunami that has gripped the country.
Acha, so now we are not talking about the Modi wave anymore. Now we are talking about the Modi tsunami.
We are very confident.
Very interesting, Sudesh Sharma. But who is not seeing the writing on the wall?
We know what
KCR
people are
or you?
saying. and we are going to win more seats than what we won last time.
Okay, but respond to what...
KCR has his own fiefdom. And what is that common thread, Neha, that binds this party? The common thread is they're all family-based party. They're all indulged in corruption. So they have something to hide.
We will
all
talk.
family-based
Okay,
parties,
the day he joins the NDA
fold. We don't have any problem. They can come together.
Okay, Sudesh Sharma, very interesting. Dynasty-based party.
In any case.
Okay. The day he joins the NDA, we will have you back on our channel, and I'm sure it'll be a fascinating conversation because everybody seems to think it's only a matter of time before he joins the NDA fold.
Their character would not change.
Okay, one second.
Join the NDA.
Then they will probably cease to be a dynasty-based party once they join the NDA fold. Just like Chandrababu Naidu was a clean man till last year, but now he's a corrupt man because he is not in the NDA anymore. Okay. Point taken.
Achievement and aspiration.
Okay, point taken. The BJP thinks Prime Minister Modi is going to be Prime Minister once again. I'm sure Salman Soos would have us believe Rahul Gandhi is the next Prime Minister of India. But Salman Soos, on a more serious note, what do you make of the fact that KCR, who's constantly talking about forging a non-BJP, non-Congress alliance at the center, is now even trying to woo your allies? Yes, there is an alliance in place between the Congress and the DMK and the JDS, but fact is that he's reaching out to all of them. How do you see that?
Well, first of all, as Mr. Etiraj also said, May 16, 2014, who would have thought that we would be, just 5 years later talking about who's going to form the next government? Because at that time, everybody said Modi was going to be in power for 10, 15, 20 years. Now, we've reached the stage because the Prime Minister and his government basically, led a very incompetent government. This is one of the most incompetent governments I've seen. They really punched young people by not giving them jobs. They punched the farmers by failing to keep their promises. They punched small businesses through demonetization and GST. So, I'm not really surprised that we are where we are. But, having said that, this is a free country. And politicians will be politicians. They will go and try and find friends for whatever might come after May 23rd. But we are confident that our allies who have battled with us, not just for this election, but they've been with us for years. DMK is one of those allies.
You're confident about holding on to your allies, but I want to ask you this question, Salman.
That will be a collective decision of the UPA.
Okay. You're confident about holding on to your allies, but I want to ask you one quick question before we take a break. Sudesh Sharma says it is fashionable to term the BJP communal. So if today KCR is calling them communal, probably they will become secular once he decides to join the NDA come the 23rd of May. Likewise, doesn't this apply to you as well? That, as long as he's seen to be on the side of the BJP, he is a communal man. But if tomorrow, let's say, he were to offer his support to a Congress-led government, then he would become secular too. Aren't these labels that all of you use as per your political convenience?
Yeah. Well, BJP has made a fashion out of political convenience. They talk about dynasty and then they go and ally with the muftis in J&K and in other places, and they have their own political leaders who are part of dynasties. But, I think the BJP spokesperson has forgotten. It isn't just that we are saying that something's shifted in this election. Ram Madhav, who's the general secretary, perhaps the BJP spokesperson is not aware, today said that they'll need allies to form the government. So Ram Madhav is a senior BJP leader. Perhaps the BJP spokesperson should come prepared because that's what Ram Madhav's comment was, and maybe he should check with him before coming to a TV show.
Maybe he doesn't agree with Ram Madhav.
Politics, power. That's what.
No, can I give a response to that?
That's what Modi likes too. Modi loves power. Amit Shah loves power. They are birds of a feather. As far as we are concerned, as far as I'm concerned, I can tell you right now that on May 23rd, Prime Minister Modi will not be Prime Minister Modi. That is what I truly believe based on what we have seen.
Now you're quoting Ram Madhav and saying he has said the BJP will need allies. But let me remind you, Salman.
As election
going forward, whether Prime Minister Modi is coming back or not, we will all know on the 23rd of May.
Let me just finish.
Okay. Very
let me
quickly,
finish.
Salman. Yes.
Let me just finish.
Can I respond?
Conventional wisdom was that as the election moves through phases 4, 5, 6, 7, the BJP would get stronger and Prime Minister Modi would get stronger and all that. I think what you will find is the opposition is going to get
you
stronger.
are saying that's
This is
not
going to be a
happening.
total twist
Okay,
out
okay.
here.
Point taken,
And that
Salman.
is
But what
why,
you are perhaps
the
forgetting.
Khijdi,
Okay,
Milawati
okay.
government, Ramada wants a government with other allies.
Okay,
That's what's
okay.
happening.
Salman, point taken. However, what you are forgetting is that even if you look at the current scenario, the BJP has many more allies in its kitty than does the Congress party. Number one. Number two, there are many like the TRS and the BJD that are seen as fence-sitters, which many political analysts believe are much more likely to go with the BJP than with the Congress, depending on the numbers. I think that is something you're kind of ignoring here. But I need to take a break here, gentlemen. And T.R. Prasad Gowda hasn't spoken at all. Quick break, and then I promise to come to Mr. Gowda first.
हम चाहे देश पे आँच ना आए, फिर दुश्मन कभी ना आँख उठाए।
Welcome back. Let me quickly go across to T.R. Prasad Gowda of the JDS. Mr. Gowda, you are in an uncomfortable alliance with the Congress in Karnataka. But here, KCR is reaching out to your party. We believe he's spoken to the Chief Minister and your party leader, H.D. Kumaraswamy, today. Would you care to shed some light on what's cooking there? Should your ally, the Congress, worry? Okay, I'm told we've lost the line there to Mr. Gowda. Let me, in fact, put that question to Mr. Balashankar. Mr. Balashankar, in the break, we were talking about how, for all practical purposes, somebody like a Jagan Mohan Reddy is already on the BJP side, and it will not be very difficult for them, perhaps, to also bring the TRS into their fold after the elections, whatever KCR's claims might be at the moment. But what do you make of the fact that he's reaching out to the left, which is seen as a first, because the left has on record said that he's supported communal parties in the past and therefore we don't want any truck with him. Today he's reaching out to the Kerala Chief Minister, he's reaching out to DMK, he's reaching out to the JDS. How do you see this? I'll ask you that question. Should the Congress worry?
No, I think the KCR's approach is that first of all he is trying to build up his credentials and he is trying to reach out to all parties other than the BJP because he knows he was already having a good tie-up with the BJP.
Okay.
For 5 years he has been supportive of the India government and now he is trying to look at all the parties which are particularly from the South India.
Okay.
And he is trying to have a friend of these.
So he's looking at the southern parties. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Mr. Gowda, I believe, is back with us. Mr. Gowda, if you could tell us what's going on. KCR has reached out to your Chief Minister and party leader today. Can you tell us what did they talk about? And should your ally, the Congress, worry?
See, I would like to make two statements here. At this point of juncture, countries going on, it is going to be in an era of fractured mandate.
Okay.
See, why I made this statement because, why I made this statement, when in 2014, whole country believed Modi ji, and
you're not answering my question, Mr. Gowda. I have very little time. If KCR tells your party to dump the Congress and join a non-Congress, non-BJP formation at the center, is that something you're open to?
No, this is very premature stage for us to decide. It is very premature stage for us to join KCR, leaving Congress. It is a very premature stage.
I hope you're
Maybe
listening. This is your ally who is not denying anything. He's saying too premature for us. You want to come in here, Salman?
See, in Karnataka,
he's keeping his options open, it seems.
In Karnataka, there can be only two alliances, either with the BJP or with the Congress.
I have no doubt that the JDS, DMK, RJD, all of our other allies, we're all going to sit together after the results are out and come up as part of the UPA, make a decision that is good for the country, that is good for the UPA, and we'll do it collectively.
Are you hopeful that you can bring KCR into the UPA fold, Salman? 5 seconds.
We are hopeful that we will do something that will be good for the country, retrieve the country from this political divisiveness and from economic despair.
Okay, Sudesh Verma, 10 seconds, wrap up this debate for us.
You see, I don't think this is going to happen. Any possibility, no chance at all. Because if opposition doesn't want to see the writing on the wall, I'm saying again, I can't help them. People have decided to bring Modi ji back with a massive majority for the delivery work he has done for this country. The country has never seen this kind of good governance ever before. We are very confident.
Okay. Govind, I'll give you the last word. The last word should go to the non-politician on the panel. Govind, who is daydreaming? KCR, who hopes to emerge as a powerful force at the center, or the BJP that thinks it will outdo its 2014 performance, calling it a Modi tsunami?
No, I think so. BJP is saying this, but I don't think they completely believe it, because that's not the signals. I mean, if you look at the speeches, the nature of the speeches, the tenor of the speeches, in the last 1 week, there is definitely a shift for whatever reason. I think we are asking the question, what? I mean, who are they tying up with, and where are they tying up with, and which are the alliance? I think the question to ask is why. Why is it that in a week's time, exactly a week ago when we were having these discussions, we were not talking about these things. We were talking about the issues at hand. We were talking about, which state is facing what problems and which way the votes could go. Maybe in favor of BJP or maybe not. But today, if you see, I mean, the tenor of the discussion is completely different. And the only question that I want to ask is why? What has changed so dramatically?
Why? What has changed? Do leaders like KCR feel the wind is now suddenly blowing in a different direction? Gentlemen, I'm completely out of time. A lot of questions, all of which will hopefully be answered when the votes are counted on the 23rd of May. Thanks very much to our panel for joining us.